Here is a great book to introduce you to the field of biblical archaeology called Digging Up the Bible by Dr. David Graves.
Hello everyone, I'm Dr. David Graves, an experienced biblical archaeologist and CEO of Electronic Christian Media. I'm here today with another exciting episode on our Archaeology Discoveries channel, where we discuss important archaeological artifacts related to the Bible. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe to our channel. Now let's dive in and dig up the past.
This book was written to introduce readers to a brief history of biblical archaeology and how we do it. With over 34 books published by ECM, Digging Up the Bible is the first book in the Biblical Archaeology series. And to learn more on the history of archaeology, you should check out my newest book on the history of biblical archaeology. But this book, Digging Up the Bible, will be an eye-opening exploration of the history, methods and incredible discoveries of this fascinating science then and now. As an experienced archaeologist, Dr. Graves has put together an exciting introduction and brief history of biblical archaeology for all to enjoy. The chapters include a brief history of biblical archaeology exploring the fascinating stories of several prominent archaeologists starting in 1798 with Napoleon. In the pursuit of uncovering the past, we start with the pioneering collections of antiquarians and the birth of the British Museum in 1759. However, archaeology can be traced back even earlier. In 1738, Herculaneum in Italy saw the world's first scientific excavation take place, directed by both Spanish and Italian archaeologists. Just 10 years later, in 1748, a similar excavation began at Pompeii, further advancing scientific knowledge. The book presents a brief survey of the contribution of noted archaeologists such as the diplomat Sir Henry Layard, working in Nineveh in Iraq, collecting finds that are now in the British Museum. The discovery of the large Rosetta Stone by Boussard, one of Napoleon's soldiers, in 1799 was the key to the decipherment of Egyptian hieroglyphics. Claudius James Rich was the first British consul in Baghdad, and in 1811 he mapped and excavated parts of Babylon. It was Rich who introduced his successor, Sir Henry Rawlinson, to the complexities of cuneiform script that led to the deciphering of the Behistun inscription. Sir Charles Wilson and Sir Charles Warren made a groundbreaking trip to Jerusalem, where they discovered such discoveries as Wilson's Arch and Warren's Shaft, that are named after them. Dr. Graves delves into a captivating exploration of dating and chronology as developed by renowned archaeologist Sir Flinders Petrie, the father of modern Egyptology. The remarkable excavation at Ur is captivating, with legendary archaeologists such as Sir Leonard Woolley, Lawrence of Arabia, Max Mallowan, and Agatha Christie all descending upon the site with their remarkable stories. The discoveries are guaranteed to be informative and thrilling. They comprise science, politics, espionage, and romance to captivate the reader. Uncover several of the surprising misconceptions about what an archaeological site is really about and the unique characteristics of archaeology. And understand why archaeologists have such a preoccupation with squares. Dr. Graves delves deep into the highly contested question of the role of archaeology in biblical studies and its potential value to substantiate the Bible's truth. Can archaeology be used to authenticate the Bible's accuracy? What do people believe to be true about the relationship between archaeology and biblical studies? These are the questions that Dr. Graves seeks to answer in this chapter. Dr. Graves considers 8 limitations of archaeology, including the fact that many sites have never been excavated. Still, the successes of archaeology should not be overlooked. Yet despite the limitations of archaeology, it can still be incredibly useful in corroborating the reliability of the Bible and shedding light on the biblical text and its anthropological setting, such as uncovering cultural practices of Abraham's day and discovering once mythical figures such as the Hittites, Sargon, and Belshazzar as historical individuals. The book also delves into the explosive controversy in biblical archaeology between the minimalists, sometimes called deconstructionists or revisionists, and the maximalists, who embrace the maximum amount of biblical history in relation to the archaeological inquiry. Despite the fact that archaeology is a fascinating field of study, there are many commonly accepted falsehoods and mistakes. Here are some of the more notorious errors that plague archaeological methods, the most notorious being the fallacy of negative proof. Don't fall victim to these pitfalls. The absence of evidence is not the evidence of absence. Just because we have not found it yet does not mean it didn't exist. Dr. Graves then launches you on an exhilarating journey of discovery, exploring the fascinating process of archaeological methods over the centuries. Each archaeological site has its own unique identity and requires a tailored approach, but there are core techniques used in the majority of excavations. This incredible book will take you on a journey into the captivating world of biblical archaeology, accompanied by stunning visuals including 50+ vivid color photographs, intricate maps, and thoughtfully crafted charts. It also includes a glossary defining technical archaeological terms, as well as extensive footnotes and bibliography for future study. This accessible resource, intended for laypeople who want to know more about biblical archaeology, is suitable whether you are in a seminary course, a college student, doing a church group, or just for your own personal study. All our books are listed on our website smyrnian.blogspot.com and can be found on amazon.com. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like and share this video.